Welcome to Board Games Daddy. It's finally time for me to open my big collection of DC Comics the Deck Builder game. So in the next videos I will be opening the big boxes, the small boxes, rival boxes, multiverse box, smaller expansions like this one. Stay tuned. Well, after this introduction, it's now time to go and start where it all begins. The DC deck building game. This game is 10 years old, and I'm recording this video. It's from Cryptozoic, and this is the core, the base game where it all started. It's a good deck building game, and this box will bring some characters which I haven't seen what's inside. I've played this game, but it was managed by someone else, so I'm not sure about the content. We have an idea here. We'll explain a little bit how it works, but I'm super curious on what's inside. And you've seen from the intro, it's too many boxes, so I'm hoping that I can save some of those and keep everything in smaller boxes, because this seems like lots of empty air, because the box may have been thought to be able to hold future expansions, so hopefully I can hold some things here. And let's see what's inside. Okay, we should have some villains, we should have some heroes here. Let's take a look. The shrink is not that tough. Thick. Okay, finally I'm going to see what's inside this box. I have been searching for this for years. It's now a bit difficult to find, but here we go. Here we go. Okay, yeah, as I was expecting, lots of empty space here, right? Already thought to be holding more than just the cards that come with this. Well, we'll get into the cards. And below the insert there's nothing. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that the insert will go away fast. And there's the manual. Okay, we can see here. All these heroes are present in this edition? That will be super cool, because we have Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Green Lantern, Batman, Flash, and Cyborg. So these are the main ones. If they are in, and if they're villains, their corresponding nemesis, that would be great. So 214 cards, it's a lot. Okay, oversized DC comic cards as well. Okay, let's take a look at the aspect. Starting card, so your starting hand, I remember that. Weaknesses, the bad things. I'll explain when we see the cards. Okay, super villain stack, there's Ra's al Ghul. Okay, so this is how you play. So I've seen some play mats for this, which have all the spaces, but you just need like a lineup where there's a market for you to buy the cards, the main deck, and then the villains that you fight in a cooperative mode. Lots of decks here. Looks so cool with all these examples and images of characters around. Looks super cool. Looks super cool. Okay, so I'm not sure what it says here, if it mentions being a cooperative game, because there are many versions of the game. You have the rival versions where you fight with another person and you need to kill the opponent. But I think that what we have here on the main box is the cooperative mode, where we will play cooperatively against those villains that we saw there. And at the end of the game, when the game ends by everyone dying, or well, if everyone dies, the game ends. But if you're able to kill the villains, then you see how many points you've accumulated, like Marvel Legendary. These are the points here, you see. So the one that has more of these in the end, minus the negative points, will be the winner. Okay, so let's take a look. Wow, look at this. So many cards. I need to split a bit here. I'm seeing some starting cards apparently. The Dark Knight. So this is a hero. Yeah. So this is the cost that you need to pay to buy the card. I'll show you the resources. They should appear in the next cards. And the power is like more of the resource that when you play the card you accumulate 2, and if you have 5 of these things you buy the card. And then you also have the effects here that go out in play. So we'll just take a look at the art and the characters without spending much detail in seeing all cards one by one. Wow, the Dark Knight. You see, this is blue because this is a hero, and some characters will benefit if you have heroes in your deck, others if you have villains, and there are many types of cards that I'm going to show you, different kinds. The Emerald Knight, so the Green Lantern is the Emerald Knight. I've never heard, because this one is the Dark Knight. Okay, is it because they need to save their names for this? Batman, and this card is called the Dark Knight and not Batman? Probably. The Fastest Man Alive and not Flash. That's cool. Man of Steel and not Superman. Wow, quite expensive. Zatanna Zatara. So this one doesn't have an oversized character card. 2. Okay, so it's not a unique person. Okay. And I'm noticing that the print here says 2022, so this is in Czech Republic. What? This is like a reprint that I got, not the original game from 10 years ago. So probably some of the erratas of the cards have been solved. Okay, so this is a location. A location is a purple card, and your location, they stay in front of you, because as any deck builder, when you buy new cards like heroes, etc., everything goes to your discard pile, and then you only get them when your deck is shuffled again. But the locations, when you play them, they stay, and they have this ongoing effect, which is valid while they are alive, while they are in play. Fortress of Solitude, the Superman base, the Batcave, the Watchtower. Wow. Titan's Tower. I've never seen Teen Titans, but this must be it, right? Okay, so this is a starter card, these yellows. So you start, every player starts with the yellow cards. So they cost nothing because they start on your hand, and they are worthless in terms of points by the end of the game, but they will start giving you purchase power for you to start acquiring cards from the market. And they call this like a punch. You go there and you punch. Punches for all the players, 2 to 5 punches, 2 to 5 players, and then the vulnerabilities. What's the vulnerability? Okay, so I know that. This is also something that starts on your initial deck just to fill it. It's a filler, it's worthless. You need to try to get rid of this as soon as possible by discarding cards, by removing cards from your deck, by cleaning the deck. Typical in any deck builder game, so it's a vulnerability just to fill the spot for a better card. And you see Superman here suffering. And then the orange cards are the superpowers, so it's like another card, but these ones are called superpowers. Basically they all do the same. When you play, there's an effect and they give you power, but some of them are called heroes, villains, superpowers, locations, equipment, as we are going to see. If there are equipments already in the base game, I don't know. I'm not seeing any. So probably in the base game there's no equipment, so I'm putting myself ahead of time. Superpowers and heat vision. So you can use this power even if you're playing with Batman. It's not relevant. It's how the game works. This system from Cryptozoic. So you just have a hero there representing the heat vision, but you can use it in any deck. The super speed, the same thing. Oh, there's also some cards that have an effect called the defense. So when you are attack, you can play this card from your hand, you save it, and then you defend an attack. So it's a way for you to not get hit. Then a kick. Kick is similar to the punch, but it gives you 2 power and costs you 3. Okay, so these are the cards that are always available since the beginning of the game, that you can always spend 3 and get one of these. You also see this a lot in many deck builders. For example, in Marvel Legendary you have the Maria Hill cards that are available for you to buy anytime if you want a better version. Then the Super Strength. So next time you play this, you are already playing 5 power. X-ray vision. So this is very based on Superman. Oh, now we are getting into the villains. Atrocitus. Oh, so I don't have that much knowledge of the DC comics, but I love to see how many things these guys have come up. So I'm guessing this guy here is from Green Lantern lore, but the Red Lanterns, and they all look like villain corpse, including the other guys in the back. The Black Manta, so that's a villain from Aquaman. We saw that in the movie as well, although he's not in the water but in the burning forest. Brainiac, a Superman villain. Captain Cold, that's a Batman villain, right? Captain Cold. We saw him on Legends of Tomorrow. Is it Flash? Flash enemy? Maybe. Not sure. Darkseid. Wow. What's happening here with the size of his head? Considering that Superman looks so small near him. Deathstroke. That's a Batman enemy. Sure. Lex Luthor. Supervillain. Parallax. Who's this guy? Parallax. No. Never heard of this. Need to Google it. Ra's al Ghul. Batman. Sinestro. Anti-Monitor. So this is also a villain from the Crisis of... what's the name of that? The Crisis of Multiple Earths? What's the name? Yeah, Crisis... well, it's that side story where there are multiple realities and DC... all the DC characters get together to face the Anti-Monitor, right? Endless Earths. Crisis in Endless Earths. Is that the Joker? No introductions needed. Okay. So these guys are black because they are super villains. These are the guys that go into the deck for you to fight, and you mix some of them. While these with the white text part here are the ones that go into the deck with the villains, with the heroes and everything. You can buy them and use them as well. So it's a bit strange, right? If you are a character, unless you have villains there, we're going to see, but you can have Bane fight alongside you, and Bizarro, and Sheeta, and Doomsday, and Gorilla Grodd, Harley Quinn, the most non-important, weak villain, irrelevant. Penguin, another one that follows the same path. Lobo, so I don't know what Lobo is, I've never seen any book, but he's becoming a famous character, especially if there's going to be a movie about it. Poison Ivy, some good attributes there. Scarecrow, Solomon Grundy, Starro. So who's Starro? Who's Starro here? So that's a Robin, Team Drake, right? That is oh, Garo is the monster behind. It's that squid thing. Oh, Starro! Isn't this the guy from the Suicide Squad movie that they fight in the end? There was a big monster. Starro? Yeah, I think Suicide Squad. There it is, Suicide Squad. So yeah, there's Harley Quinn again. This looks better version of. Oh, why do we have so many? The Riddler, Two-Face. Okay, and we are almost ending the main card. So we have the weaknesses. So some attacks from the enemies, they give weakness. Weakness is worth -1 in the end of the game. Okay, and I think there was a way for you to get rid of the weakness if you took. Oh, I know. So in different versions of the game, you have like life points, and you can always take a hit and get rid of this, but not in this base version, where if you get a weakness, it's going to be a bad thing in your deck. Okay, so it's time now to see the oversized cards for, I believe, the characters that you can be in the game. So you can be a Batman, and then you have this ability. Oh, so the equipments are here. I see them now. Okay, they are part of it. I don't know why they come separately, but if you are Batman, you'll get +1 for each equipment you play during your turn. Superman has +1 power for each different superpower, so you need to invest on superpower deck. This should sustain your strategy in deck building, in building your deck. For each villain you buy or gain during your turn, you draw an extra card, so this should focus on getting villains. If you play one or more superpower during your turn, +1. If you play one or more equipment card in your turn, draw a card. So this is a mixed character. Flash, you go first, so you're first to play. The first time a card tells you to draw one or more cards during each of your turns, you draw an additional card. Aquaman, you may put any card with cost 5 or less you buy or gain during your turn on top of your deck. Okay, so the things that you buy, if they are 5 or less, they go to the top of your deck and not to the discard, which is good. You use them faster. And the Green Lantern says if you play 3 or more cards with different names and cost 1 or more during your turn, you get 3 power. So if you are able to play 3 cards, you get these 3 extra powers. That's it, cool. So you only have villains. So the core will only give you heroes for you to be and cooperative game to play against these bad guys. Okay, and trying to get the most points as possible. Now, I really don't understand why equipment comes in a separate deck, shrinked separately, but we'll try to find the explanation for it, if that's the case. Oh, there's an easy opener here, and I did not notice. But anyway, I'm almost through going from the top, so let's continue that way. That way, okay. So now all these are, oh no, we have more heroes there. Apparently, let's see. So, an equipment here, the Green Arrow's bow. This is a ripoff of Hawkeye, or Hawkeye is a ripoff of Green Arrow. Who came first? That's a very good question. Lasso of Truth. It's Wonder Woman's weapon. Wow. And nice metal. Maybe it's the metal from where the weapons of Hawkman are made of. Wow, what a character. Am I the only one that every time I see this symbol, it reminds me of the Thundercats symbol? You know, Thundercats, go! Thunder, thunder, Thundercats, are! Thundercats are powering! Okay, so we can see here a good example of all the corps that exist. So the Green Lanterns, the Yellow Lanterns, the red guys we saw there, orange, blue. So it's a full spectrum. The purples and the pinkish, it's the full spectrum of color. Okay, cool. Aquaman's Trident. Okay, Batmobile. The Bat Signal. Cool. Cape and Cowl. The Utility Belt. And some more heroes to help here. The Blue Beetle. There's going to be a movie about this guy. Catwoman. High-tech hero. High-tech hero because you cannot say Cyborg because there's a Cyborg card. And there's the Green Arrow. It doesn't have the right to have an oversized card, so he can come by his name. John Jones, the Martian. Kid Flash. Okay, it just allows you to draw a card, which is why you want, unless you have a strategy of having heroes played, you buy a card to use to draw a card. That's useless unless you need heroes to pop out. So that's a weak card. King of Atlantis, again Aquaman. Mira, Princess Diana of Themyscira. Robin, Team Drake version, right? or no, or maybe it's what's the name? Damian Wayne. Team Drake, Damian Wayne, and what's the name of the first one? So Team Drake is the second one. Nightwing is Dick Robinson, right? Dick Robinson. Yeah, that's what the one that becomes Nightwing. The second one becomes the Red Hood, right? The one that goes to the dark side, and that's Team Drake. And the third one becomes it's the son of Batman and Talia Ra's al Ghul, right? It's Damian. I've never read any book, but I simply follow the lore. Supergirl and Swamp Thing. Well, that's it. Core game for the DC deck building. Lots of content, but you need to spice this up with the content from the expansions in order to have a better experience. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to open the multiverse box to start getting rid of boxes and put everything inside the multiverse box. I'm curious if all these cards fit inside the multiverse box. I know that the box is a bit larger than these boxes, so I'm counting on that. And I'm still counting on finding the remaining things that I did not show in the introduction, so probably I'll need more boxes. But anyway, that's me. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this. If so, leave a like. And if you are a fan of DC and this game and you're interested in seeing what's on the other boxes, just check the channel. Maybe the videos are already there, or just follow, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next ones. Thank you very much. Enjoy.